guys, it's Emily. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Today's video, we are going to be getting into the nitty-gritty of consuming alcohol while breastfeeding. We have tons to cover, so let's get right into the video. The first example that I'm going to be including is if you consume one standard drink, and this is going to be weight dependent. If you are 120 pounds, around 120 pounds, and you consume one standard drink, it is safest to wait 2.5 hours before nursing your baby to ensure that all the alcohol is eliminated from your breast milk. If you are around 150 pounds, then you should wait 2.25 hours after one drink before nursing. And then if you are around 180 pounds, you should wait at least 2 hours after one drink to nurse your baby. Each additional drink consumed, you should wait the same number of hours. So for example, if you are around 150 pounds and consume 4 standard drinks, then you need to wait at least 9 hours before nursing your baby to ensure that all the alcohol is removed from your breast milk. In the research that was gathered, I found a study where a BAC simulator calculated that a mother who ingested 4.5 ounces of wine and then immediately breastfed her baby, that baby would result in a blood alcohol concentration level of 0.0033% in a newborn and 0.0038% in a 3-month-old. Even though that BAC seems really low to us as adults, the American Academy of Pediatrics advises that even trace amounts of alcohol is not safe for a baby to consume. Therefore, it is the safest option to wait those number of hours needed before breastfeeding your baby to ensure that all alcohol is eliminated from your breast milk. I would say whether or not you need to pump and dump depends on a few different factors. I would say it depends on how many drinks that you've had, whether you feel engorged or you're starting to get uncomfortable, how many hours it's been since you nursed your baby or since you pumped, if you're an exclusive pumper or on a pumping schedule, and whether or not you just need to pump in order to keep up your supply. If you only consume one drink and can wait 2 to 2.5 hours before nursing or pumping, then you can either nurse your baby after those 2 to 2.5 hours are up, depending on your weight, or after those 2 to 2.5 hours, you can pump and then keep that milk. But if you have, say, 2 drinks and cannot wait those 4 to 5 hours before nursing or pumping due to like a strict pumping schedule, or if you are an exclusive pumper, then what you'll need to do is pump and then dump that milk. That milk would not be safe to give your baby in order to avoid any amount of alcohol in your breast milk. Although it is still considered the safest option to wait that 2 to 2.5 hour time frame after consuming one standard drink, there are a few things you can do to help reduce the amount of alcohol present in your breast milk. According to the study, nursing or pumping 0.6 to 1 hour before consuming alcohol will slightly reduce the absorption rate of alcohol in your breast milk. In addition, eating before alcohol ingestion reduced and delayed the peak blood alcohol concentrations and reduced the total alcohol absorption and elimination rate. According to the research, alcohol does slightly increase prolactin levels, but it inhibits oxytocin levels and inhibits the letdown response. In the study, it was found that pumping milk from both breasts during the ascending phase of blood alcohol enhanced the prolactin response, but pumping during the descending phase of blood alcohol blunted the prolactin increase. nursing mothers who ingested about 1.5 drinks produced on average 9.3 less milk 2 hours after alcohol intake using a breast pump than they did when a non-alcoholic beverage was taken. This was most likely due to the inhibition in oxytocin and the letdown response. This is kind of a situational suggestion here. If you know that you're going to be needing to nurse or pump before those number of hours has passed, before it's safe to nurse your baby, I recommend pumping when your blood alcohol concentration is on the rise, as that is when your prolactin levels are at an increase. Even though the oxytocin is inhibited and your letdown response may be lessened a little bit, the fact that your prolactin is enhanced, that may give your supply a little bit of a boost. Now the answer to the question that I'm sure all of you are wondering, what about beer? Does it really help increase my supply? You know, in the breastfeeding community, it is a best kept secret, but not so much of a secret, that beer helps your milk supply, and some women really swear by it. But is there actually any evidence or facts to back this up? According to the study discussed here, a polysaccharide that's found in both hops and barley is inherently known for that prolactin increase when consuming beer. However, as we learned in a previous section, although alcohol can increase prolactin levels, it inhibits oxytocin and the letdown response, thus leading to a short-term reduction in milk output, which can hurt your supply over time. Alcohol can affect your breastfeeding relationship, but it depends on a few different factors. These factors are level of alcohol use, whether that be light use, moderate use, or heavy use of alcohol, as well as timing of nursing following alcohol consumption. One study of new mothers who drank more than 2 standard drinks daily were twice as likely to discontinue breastfeeding by 6 months postpartum than mothers who reported use below this amount. Another study looked at mothers' alcohol use that was considered to be moderate at 14 or fewer drinks per week. Alcohol use did not adversely affect the duration of breastfeeding. So for mothers who consume more than 2 standard drinks per day, this can shorten the length of time that mothers breastfeed their babies. What about timing of nursing following alcohol consumption? How does that impact my breastfeeding relationship? Nursing after 1 to 2 drinks, including beer, can reduce an infant's milk intake by 20 to 23% and cause agitation and poor sleep patterns. However, in a study in which infants were weighed by the mothers before and after each feeding for the next 16 hours, so 20 hours total, infants increased the number of nursings during the period of 8 to 12 hours after the alcohol intake, such that the total amount of milk consumed during the 20-hour period did not differ between the alcohol and non-alcohol days. If you choose to nurse your baby following alcohol consumption, I would just really tune into baby's hunger cues and feed on demand. That baby might be requesting to nurse way more often than you're used to, but that baby knows their caloric needs, and they really might just be trying to make up for that lowered milk intake after you had consumed alcohol. So I would just feed on demand, follow your baby's hunger cues, and your baby will make up that milk intake in no time. Casual use of alcohol, meaning 1 drink a day, is very, very, very unlikely to cause short or long-term effects in your baby, especially if you wait those 2 to 2.5 hours before nursing after alcohol consumption. Casual use of alcohol also does not seem to impact how long the breastfeeding relationship lasts, especially, once again, if you wait those 2 to 2.5 hours after alcohol consumption before nursing your baby. However, daily heavy alcohol use, which is considered more than 2 drinks per day, may affect infants negatively, as well as negatively impact the length of the breastfeeding relationship. In studies that measured infant sleep, infants slept more frequently for shorter periods of time during the 3.5 to 4 hours after alcohol intake, whether that was through nursing or through spiked breast milk. After ingestion of the milk containing alcohol, infants from 4 to 11 weeks of age, infants were observed for 1 hour. Their behavior state changed more frequently. They slept less, cried more, and startled more than after consuming milk without alcohol. I would say that's pretty profound information right there. So even trace amounts of alcohol found in breast milk can negatively impact infants' sleep, their behavior, and their overall demeanor. Alright, so that is it for today's video. I know that was a lot of information that I just dumped on you. So if you made it to the end of the video, you deserve a big round of applause. We'll be including timestamps down in the description box, just so if you need to jump to a specific part of the video in the future, you will know exactly what time to go to. If you found this video informational, helpful, interesting in any way, can you please hit that thumbs up button? I would really appreciate it. And if you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Be sure to hit the little bell notification so you're notified anytime I post a video. Thank you so much for spending time with me, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!